We're having a blast. It looks like everybody else is having a blast too. Let's see how we did. Hey, that's actually warm. Not warm enough to scald a pig, but that actually heated the water. 80 degrees. We're about halfway there. So, I'm gonna turn off that little electric heater and turn on the gas. Good morning, beautiful people. I don't need that anymore. It is a beautiful day. It's a little breezy, but not too bad. I got the water going. It's about 7 o'clock. I figured, I know it takes an hour to heat the water, like 45 minutes. I'm gonna go grab my other weed burner, get that water going on with 2 weed burners, see if I can speed that up to maybe, I don't know, half an hour. All right, the day is here. We are ready to go. I will do my best to film. I actually was talking with the boys earlier. I was like, all right, I need a couple of you guys to pick up the camera and film, because while I'm running around, you know, taking care of stuff, driving the tractor, I'm not gonna be able to film. And they're like, yeah, we got you. So I think we're gonna condense all of this into, like, all 3 days into one video. So, with all that said, please enjoy. If we show anything gruesome, we'll make sure we warn you guys, but you guys know we don't do that anyways. So, please enjoy.
Let them stand still for the bullet and stare the shooter in the eye. Let them die while the sound of the shot is in the air. Let them die as they fall. Let the jugular blood spring hot to the knife. Let its freshet be full. Let this day begin again the change of hogs into people, not the other way around. For today we celebrate again our lives wedding with the world. For by our hunger, by this provisioning, we renew the bond. You do want to start stirring. And you just use the edges to scrape anywhere. Like on the feet, I want to clean up around the toenails. Sometimes people are really gentle with it. We always remind them that the pig's already dead. You're not going to hurt it. But then you're going to start moving the knife through this soft tissue around here. This is the esophagus. It's going, actually this part of it is actually called the duodenum. It's going to the stomach, it's not really the esophagus. So I'm just going to cut it here. No ill effect. So the caul fat can be used for lots of things. You can wrap little sausage patties with it. In France those are called crêpenettes. You know, and it follows like the natural patterns of like roots and waterways and all that sort of
then this fascia is what we're trying to separate. And then again, this front, yeah, I can cut this as shallow or tight as I want to the chin, but at the end of the day, this is what I'm after.
Don't just throw it away. Find some way to use it. These things are actually really nutrient dense as far as, like, far more than like just the flesh of the baby. So it's good to find some way to consume it. You can see the calyces there, which is this white tissue stuff. And we don't really want that in there, so I get underneath it with my knife and kind of fillet it out.
Good morning, beautiful people. It's day 2. The class has already started. Honestly, I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I forgot I even do YouTube today. Are you all right, Millie? Are people in your barn and you don't know what to do? She's had a hard time because, you know, the barn is her house. And there's people in her house that she doesn't know. I've been running around so much, I forgot to feed the chickens. And I came walking up to the house to get the camera, and all of the chickens were plastered against the fence staring at me. I was like, oh, I forgot to feed you guys. I will say, everything has been going amazingly well. We're having a blast. It looks like everybody else is having a blast too. Everything's going smooth. It's almost like these guys are professionals. Yesterday was really fun, and I'm sure today will be really fun too. So, I'll do my best to film, but being present is priority number 1.
The reason we're going to add an amount of salt is to control what's going on with the water. This flesh, this protein, the meat, has a lot of water in it. And the bacteria that rots meat really like and need that water to keep reproducing. When you add salt to it, they can't do that. So there's a range of an amount of salt that we use. It's between 2 and 3% by weight of this thing. So I have the scales because we're going to weigh this stuff. So we can do a little bit of math and figure out what range we want to use, that in between that 2 and 3%, and we'll add it to it so that it will be cured and palatable. So this is a copa that they cured on December 3rd. This is that leaf lard membrane. This was saved off of, is this the pig last year?
The guinea hogs, yeah.
So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, put it in here and wrap it like a burrito kind of, and then truss it. And over the course of the next probably 6 to 8 months, it will dry out until it gets to 40% weight loss, and then they'll take it down, pull off this casing, and then slice it and eat it. That is a capicola that we made last year when we were here.
Oh, okay.
So the fat content
Great.
is,
You like it?
That's guinea hog.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Is this the spicy one or the more herbal?
I think this is the hot one.
Yeah, that's the hot.
All right, so that was a very successful class.
Yes, it
We,
was. Super fun.
Today is actually Tuesday. We elected to take yesterday off, and we sat and
Rested.
just rested.
Resting. You're very-
It was a very fun class, but go for 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
We're wiped, so we've recovered.
Yeah.
We feel a lot better. We wanted to say a huge thank you to Doug and Andy
Yes.
for coming out here and teaching another class. It was so much fun.
It is. It's always fun. I think it was more fun this time than it was
Yeah.
last time because we kind of knew what was coming. And oh man, it's so much fun.
It's just a blast. I want to say thank you to everybody who came,
Yes.
all the students. We had a blast, and we hope you guys did too.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming, and I hope everybody walked away with something new under their belt.
Yeah.
A couple people had done it before, a couple people hadn't,
Right.
and it was cool. And watching people be able to get your hands in, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it
So,
was.
I probably would have given my left arm to have a class like this, like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But also being available anytime anybody is butchering a pig is also a good way to learn.
Yes.
The scald of the pig went like
Perfect.
And me and Doug and Andy were kind of laughing, and I said at one point, I was like, I almost wish, like, everything's going too smooth. Like, there needs to be some sort of hiccup so people can learn what it's like when
Right.
stuff doesn't go right.
Yeah.
And they laughed, and they're like, no, it's all right that everything's going smooth.
It's okay.
So, yeah,
Okay.
it was awesome. It was good. Everything went well. And we got meat in the freezer.
We do.
We got more meat
Hanging.
getting ready to
Yep.
hang.
Yep.
Actually, we do have meat hanging.
We do.
They wrapped our copa from bubbles that was done curing, and it was ready to start hanging.
Yeah.
They
which is
wrapped
cool.
that. So usually in the class, you get to see the process of like
Salting.
salting and getting the copa on cure.
Right.
But this time this class got to see not only the butchering, the cutting, the getting the copa, salting, curing the copa, and you know, like a cooking show. And here's one I prepared earlier, and this is how you wrap it.
Right.
So,
which was awesome, and it was like almost full circle because we used membranes from the pigs that we harvested with them last year.
yeah.
So we got to use those to wrap copa that we did from bubbles that we harvested as a family. It was really cool to see like all these things coming around again.
It was really like full circle. I
Yeah.
think that's what this class felt like. It was like one great big like full circle event.
Yeah, it was.
So
epic fail on our part. We didn't film
Food.
any of the food except for that one shot of the apple pie.
Didn't think about it. Like,
No.
I would say we did all right. I want to say a huge thank you to Katie for
Yes,
picking
thank
up
you,
the
Katie.
camera and filming while I was on the tractor. We wouldn't have any footage from day one if Katie hadn't filmed for me. So thank you.
Huge thank you to Katie. But by the time food got here, like I got it all ready and we got it all laid out. Everybody was ready to eat, and
We were
just, like,
hungry.
diving in. So
I didn't even have the camera going in the corner to catch like mealtime.
Bringing it in and stuff,
Because it was like, I'm hungry, let's eat.
So all that talking about food we did for you guys ahead of time, we didn't show you any of it. So my apologies, but
Oh,
it was
well.
tasty.
It was pretty good. We ate pretty good. I don't think anybody left with an empty belly.
I hope not.
We have a little bit more cleanup to do out here. I got to put away table and chairs and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But it's cool. We are down to just guinea hogs on the property, which is kind of cool.
It is.
The pigs on our property, all but Mo, have all been born here.
Yeah.
Which is a weird place to find ourselves.
It's very cool.
Like, we've been here, this spring will be 4 years, and in 4 years we've gotten to where we are producing our own pork.
Yep.
Like, it's just cool.
It is cool.
It's interesting. I guess I would say the encouraging thing is if we can do it, you can do it.
Absolutely. I mean, we are
and-
definitely not experts in any
Nope.
form or fashion.
It's if you want to get to the point where you're a little more sustainable, it is achievable. You
Yeah.
can do it.
Yep.
So,
Slow and steady.
yep. All right. With all that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope it wasn't too gruesome for some people.
Yeah.
It is the nature of butchering an animal. I mean, that's stuff you have to deal with.
Yep.
I hope everybody enjoyed, and I hope we can encourage people to pursue this if you're interested.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, we will catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.